All right, we are live here again. I just did this like a couple minutes ago and realized that I wasn't really live and nobody jumped on. So let's test this again. First of all, I just really want to say a big thank you for everybody that's following this and watching it on replay. And for anyone that's not watching on replay, just wanted that are coming on live here very soon. You guys are amazing as well, but you won't know that because you are coming on live here soon. But today I wanted to cover a few topics. I wanted to discuss a little bit more what is this whole concept of design your life. I also wanted to talk about London this weekend coming up. And I also wanted to discuss a little bit about why anybody that's in my team and my business should be in London this weekend. And I also want to talk to anybody that's watching this that's in the network marketing industry in general, why events are so important. So if you have come on here, please comment below where you're actually calling in from, what city you're in. Hello, everybody. It's so great to have you on here, right? So, those of you that don't know, I started this series beginning of this year to share a little bit more about how I've been able to design my life through an opportunity in the network marketing industry, and how any of you can do exactly the same thing as long as you apply the right principles. And so over the last 12 years, I've been in this industry now for 12 years, I've learned a lot of different principles. And one of the topics I've already covered here a little bit is health, because I believe that's the most important thing. I've also talked a little bit about relationships, and now we're going to get a little bit more into business stuff and so on. And I will be sharing quite a bit about the network marketing industry. And I'm actually going to share a couple of fun little stories today, actually. So anyone that has the ability to get on a phone and tap away with their fingers, which the average person does about 170 times a day, they check their social media, have the ability to actually build an amazing business with our company. And we have seen some crazy things happen in the last couple of years. People that have some success stories that are just unreal, right? And we're going to hear from some of these people actually in London this weekend coming up here. So I will bring you quite a few more different things, of principles and so on over these next few weeks. Hopefully this week in London, I'll be able to interview quite a lot of people that have done incredibly well. And one of those people is actually going to tell us her story. She's going to be sharing from stage how she's made about $6, $7, $8 million within our industry, especially specifically our company, and how you can copy exactly what she's done. It's nothing special that she's done. She's just worked in this incredibly special business vehicle that really anybody can be a part of, right? So hello everybody, great to have you call in. Thank you so much. Tell us where you're from and so on. And so in London this weekend, we are going to be at the Plaza Hotel, Westminster Bridge. It's a wonderful, beautiful venue. And we are going to start at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning, and we're going to listen to to a few incredibly successful people and what they have done to achieve the success and how you can be a part of that as well. And we're then going to hear a few testimonials from people and kind of their backgrounds. People are from all ages, from all kinds of different educational backgrounds, from different countries and so on, right? And then in the afternoon, we're going to hear a lot more from our corporate partner. We're going to hear more success stories. There's going to be people that are going to be recognized for different things and so on. And we're going to find a little bit more about the secrets of how to build a business and what they've done to really have their success. And so I'm super excited about this event. And why is an event like this so important? Okay, I'm going to share a story here. I know I'm not sure if I can't even mention her name, but her name is she starts with E and ends with A, and there's some M's in between. She attended this event 3 years ago. Okay, she came along. We had a similar event, much smaller scale, but similar event 3 years ago in London. And she then took some massive action. She had 2 guests with her at this event. One of them did a little bit, but then quit, and the other guest of hers didn't really do anything at all. But something happened at this event for her, right? She heard something at this event to make her take the necessary action to completely change her life. She went from being a small-time business owner, where she was doing decent, into building an empire. And now 3 years later, I can't share what people make and so on in our business, but just put it this way: the average income at the Blue Diamond level, the top level, Blue Diamond average income is about £20,000 per month, okay? She makes way more than that, okay? So she has done incredibly well, and she has created an incredible leverage income, right? And she's done a lot of her business via social media, via Facebook and Instagram. And she will also share from the stage on Saturday what she's done, how she came along to one of those events and just decided to just totally, build this amazing empire that she's built up. That's completely changed her life. She's designed her life, right? And she's now been able to buy her dream home that her and her partner designed, and really been able to spend so much time with her child, and they have another one coming here very soon. It's exciting times for them. So, okay. So, well, my point here is this: why can't that be you? Why can't you be that person that comes along to this event in London and gets that same vision that she caught and goes out and builds exactly the same type of business that creates the same kind of passive income, right? Why can't that be you? And so, of course it can be, okay? And it doesn't matter where you come in from. I remember the event we had 3 months ago. We actually had a girl fly in from Australia. She had to get a passport because she's never left the country before. She got a passport to fly to the same event 3 months ago, okay? That's how serious she was about changing her life, right? So if you live like 20 minutes away from London and you think it's tough to get a train, okay, don't make that your excuse, right? If she was able to fly across the world to come to that, that's amazing, okay? So the second part here is why, if you are in my team or in my business, why should you attend this event? Okay, so here comes a little bit of my story. When I first started with this 12 years ago, I came from the banking industry, and I was quite shy, and I maybe just somehow was missing something to do with the vision of this. I knew where I wanted to go, and I knew I wanted to create my freedom, but I was missing something in my head. And there was a huge event going on in the US, and my brother went along to that event. My little brother is the one who introduced me to this business. I will always be grateful for him doing that. What's going on, Brian? And so he ended up going to this big event, and he came back, and I didn't go to this event, okay? And even though we started the business at the same time, he reached every single promotion 2 years before I did, okay? And he obviously made a lot more money than I did all along because he reached this promotion 2 years before I did. And so I always think back to wondering how much did it really cost me for not going to that event, right? That event would have been quite a bit to spend on going to, right? It was in the US, I would have to fly there, hotels and so on, right? Maybe 1,000 pounds, 1,500 pounds or something like that. But how much did I lose by not going there, right? So that's the way you've got to look at these events. It's like, you never know when you go to that right event that helped the girl I was speaking to previously, right? You never know when you're going to hear that aha moment and really get the big picture and really go for it, right? Awesome, Susie. Look forward to seeing you there on Saturday. Okay, so and so I will always look back at that and be like, I cannot miss any big event because there's maybe some aha moment that will take my business to that next level. And not just that, I also always think of each event as a chance to invite that person that will get their aha moment. Okay, and that's what this weekend is about. If you can just bring one extra person, just one extra person, okay, of course you're going to invite 10, 20, 100, 200, 300 people, more people from now until then to come along, right? Because you never know who's going to be interested in coming along. But if you can get that one extra person to come along and get the vision, and they, want to go out there and build a business for themselves and change their life, that can completely change your life as well. Because within our business, the way our compensation works is that you just need really one really strong person in the business, and that could potentially pay you 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 pounds every single month if they really take off, okay? It's going to take some time to mature, okay? I'm not going to make any income claims here or anything like that, right? Awesome, Amelia. I look forward to you taking 17 on your team, you're saying? Okay, you need 4 cars. Am I reading this right? Okay, awesome. I look forward to seeing you there with your 17 people. The last part I wanted to cover here a little bit is, as well, the whole thing, 17, right? Is your 1 not working in front of the 7, Amelia? Yeah, you need to change that 17. Okay, great. And that is that for any of you that are in network marketing, you obviously already know this, that your income is directly proportional to how many people you bring to events, right? And you never know who's going to get the vision. There we go. Now your 1 and 7 is working. Thank you, Amelia. You finally got it. Okay, and so you never know what's going to happen at these events, but you just know that if you work the big numbers, you never know who it is. You always think like, oh, this person's going to be absolutely amazing. They're going to take this to the moon, but they're not the ones that take it to the moon. It's sometimes like the person that you never thought would do really well at this that actually go on and do incredibly well. So for any of you that are in network marketing, understand that it's all about events. If you listen to any of the top trainers in the industry, it's all about events, 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 events. Because at events, usually what will happen, especially if somebody travels to an event, is they will switch their mind off of their regular daily life to actually be able to focus on what they actually want in their life. And we all have this incredible potential, and the biggest loss in life is really the difference between our potential and our actual achievement, which is massive for most people. Okay, they're stuck in some job and just sitting there doing and every day just going into work and just right? But they have potential to do so much more, to impact the world in so many more ways, right? They have the ability to really get out there and in our business, for example, I always measure my success looking at how many children do we feed with our program called Nourish the Children every month. And we're very focused in Europe on the country of Malawi. So I always look at how many thousands of meals did my organization provide for these kids, right? And it's awesome to see. I don't know, last month was maybe 1,000 meals a day. Can you imagine? I'm feeding 1,000 kids every single day indirectly, right? It's not me directly doing that, but what I've built up. And you have the ability to build up something much, much bigger than that. You could be feeding 5,000 kids every single day, just as an indirect way of building the business that we're in, right? So another huge thing with events is that you will surround yourself with amazing people, okay? What I love the most is Keith says it best. This is like going to your wedding with only your favorite people there, right? It's like going to this amazing wedding where you have so much fun and everybody's in a great mood, but it's only your favorite people there. Everybody there has a similar vision to you. So we're often thought of as a bit crazy for having these goals and these dreams and wanting to build our business, especially in network marketing, which doesn't work. It's the biggest scam in the world, right? Yeah, that's why they do something like 180 billion a year in sales, whatever it is in the network marketing industry. But essentially, when you're at this event, you realize that you're not so crazy. There are other crazy people with you. We're all just crazy together, right? And that makes you feel good. You're like, wait a second, there's other crazy people. It's just not just me. That's crazy. And so that just gives you kind of like social proof that you're not just a moron, right? There's other people that have the same vision, that want to go in the same direction as you. And wait a second, you also meet loads of people that have had massive success doing what you do. And what you understand at these events is that they're no different from you or me, right? They're absolutely no different. I remember going to my first big event. Finally, after a few years, I went to this big event in the US. And I stood there and I looked at the stage and I'm like, I was so angry that I was not on stage. I was like, why am I not on stage? I'm good. I'm really good. I should be on stage. And I got really, really kind of frustrated inside. And that gave me the energy to go home and keep on working, right? But what I realized was like, that person on stage was no better than you or me, right? All they had done was talk to more people than we had done. They'd just gotten rejected a few more times. I just got a phone call here, actually, with somebody that I've been in touch with for quite, I don't know, maybe a year and a half. Finally, he started his own business now, but he's also realized that he wants to get into our industry. And it's so awesome because this guy has worked, I think it's 15 years in call centers and talking to people and selling things on the phone. So he just has amazing manners on the phone, which I love. I love them, but I get people that understand that, hey, no is not such a bad word, and you can just talk to somebody else, right? And I have no idea where I'm going with that story, so I'll just stop that right away. But all I'm saying is this. You cannot not afford to go to big events. You have to invest in yourself and go into big events when you are in our industry. Okay, no matter what company you are in, check out where are the biggest events. If your company is having a huge convention, even across the world, make sure that you save up money to go to that event because it will cost you way more to not go than to actually go, okay, in the long run. And make sure that you bring tons and tons of people and have a lot of fun while you do that as well. Okay, so my challenge for all of you, especially Amelia, is to bring 17 up to 27 as your confirmed number of people coming this weekend, right? And anybody else, add an extra 10 people of confirmed people that's coming with you this weekend to London. And we're going to have the most amazing time and you're going to see your businesses just explode. January is by far the best recruiting month of them all. We're seeing so many people join our business. I have never seen so many new actives as I have this month. This has been my record month by the middle of the month. So it's by far the best month for recruiting. And we saw it last year as well. January was the best month by far for recruiting. So keep on talking to people, having fun. And I look forward to seeing so many of you in London this weekend. And if you know anybody in London, just make sure that you speak to them and ask all your friends and relatives, whatever else, if they have any connections in London, and just invite them. Your job is just to invite, right? And you'll see who can bring the most people. All right, everybody, have an awesome, awesome day.